Hello, I'm Jomika, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program 2. This is episode 12? 13. Today, our goal is to get to Duna. If we take a look at our alarm clock here, Kerbin to Drace. I'm going to delete that so I don't get tempted to go. We are waiting for Duna to get to the sphere of influence of Duna, the Duna ship. Yeah, let's get rid of that. As much as I want to go, we're going to wait. I've been putting it off long enough, and I'd like to get to Duna. And yeah, I've been telling you guys forever that we're going to get to Duna, we're going to do it, and we never do it. So we're going to control the Duna ship, make sure everything is still working. I'm going to control from here. Looks good, I hope. I'm hoping this is a different design from the Moho one, but we'll find out. What are you... Okay, that's just a galaxy far away. So yeah, we're just going to time warp. Hopefully get to Duna over here. We do have an encounter. So let's move forward. Inactive vessel entered. Okay. I guess they're just getting to Kerbal. Or wherever. So let's zoom a little bit more. Inactive vessel entered Kerbin sphere of influence. Oh, okay. It entered, then left. Your vessel is out of communication. I'm hoping it's not the Duna one. But. Alright. So you are paused. We will speed you up again. You are in Duna's sphere of influence. So if we come here... I hate when it does that. Create. Excuse me. You're just gonna mess with me, aren't you? I want to know how much delta V. Great. There we go. And I'm not sure why it ended up way over there. Alright, so if we do that, that is 779. It's a minute 20 burn. So we can start it in about 2 hours. So let's quick save here. We will point at our maneuver node. This ship is much better than the last one. Alright, so we are pointing retrograde, which is expected. I wonder if we moved this. Yeah. So we do want it right there. Let's go ahead and send the science back. I don't know if transmit all. I guess we have 2,000. So let's just transmit all. Is it just going to transmit? No, it's going to transmit all the low Earth orbit stuff, which we don't care about because it's zero science, so that's okay. There we go. We got the 80 science. We have 80 science of samples, but we're not going to do that because this ship is never coming home. So let's quick save, time warp. I want to make sure we don't go too far, and we did not. Perfect. So we could probably start the burn now. Let's take a look here. That is bright. Somewhere is Duna. Where is it? There it is. And then we got Duna's moon. Also, I don't remember the name of it, but it is here. Where is it? Ike. Ikey? I don't know. I've heard it both ways. I'll call it Ike. And yeah, a little bit more time. Doesn't really matter, I guess. let's just go and burn. So our orbital velocity is decreasing, which is what we want. I don't remember, or I don't know the speed we want to be to actually be in orbit. But we should be there in no time. So we're just going to let that finish. It should only take 780 delta V, which will leave about 600 or so left in here. And then we have this stage and this stage. One is the satellite and one is the rover. So we'll see. Hopefully we can make it. The way things have been going, we're not even going to make it into orbit of Duna, but I have a good feeling. Yeah, sometimes I play this game and it makes me rethink, am I actually decent at this game or am I just terrible? I know Moho is a difficult planet to get to, but I was like, we could do it. I arrived incorrectly and maybe was pointing in the wrong direction. Definitely didn't have enough delta V the way we were doing it. So this time we are making it to Duna. So there we are. We are captured by Duna. Then I guess let's get pretty close. Yeah, we'll just do it on this side. We'll use our 700 delta V or so to get us nice and close to Duna. I don't know where the atmosphere starts, but I'm guessing it's lower than 70 kilometers, because that is what Kerbin is. Duna's a little bit smaller, has less atmosphere, so I would assume that it's a little bit lower than Duna, than Kerbal. Kerbin. Kerbal is right there, is the sun. So let's increase our speed, because I don't like waiting. I don't want to go too fast to where we end up on a collision course, but I don't want to go too slow either because I don't like wasting time. So let's just get this down. We're still pretty far away. So we'll get to like 80, 90, 100. Let's say 100. Is this with Ike? I like that. Let's get some science from Ike. Alright, I think we could do that. Once we get here, we will have some extra delta V, because this is going to kind of increase our speed. But if I just trying to see if we can do something to use Ike as a way, so we still encounter Ike, but it decreases our, what's it called? Basically, just be efficient with our burns. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. Why don't we save just in case something goes wrong, which it probably will. So we'll time warp to here. And we'll time warp a little bit closer. Trying to decide. Yeah, we're definitely going to go to Duna. So I'm not going to try to get super close to Ike. We're just going to enter, collect some science, leave, and then make sure we come in contact with Duna. So there is our research. So we got 70 from that. We'll send that back. There's our 70 science. So we can close that. And then if I create a maneuver node here, if we slow down, It's not really going to do much. If we do this. So that's like 50 delta V. If we create a maneuver node here and slow down, that's 4. All right, so we'll just wait until we leave the sphere of influence. We'll quick save again. Let's time warp here, since that is our closest point. I don't think there's going to be any new science. But let's take a little cinematic look at Ike. So there's Ike. Somewhere around here should be Duna. I would assume you can see Duna from here. Is it behind it? No, there it is. So we got Ike and Duna, not quite in the same shot, but that's kind of a cool look. All right, so let's get to Duna. Enough screwing around, wasting more time, which I've done for the past 2 or 3 episodes. So right here, we're going to create a maneuver node and just get nice and close to Duna. How much is that? 61? Yeah, I mean, we can bring that way down, and it's only 200 delta V. 262. So let's just time warp. 25-second burn. All right, see you later, Ike. It's nice little flyby. And we will go retrograde. I can get rid of this. Lack of stellar exposure. That's okay. And we will burn. So we're at 1,000 kilometers, roughly. So we'll bring this down to, oh, I don't know, 100K. There's 900, 800, 700, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. 98. All right, so that'll bring us in nice and close. I'm probably going to circularize right around here. Make sure we get a nice circular orbit. Do I want to leave the satellite? I think the satellite we're going to jettison now. Let's make sure we extend the antenna. We will turn control enabled. It is. Hibernating, no. Before I screw up, let's quick save again. Let's actually do just a full-on save. It's a little bit easier for me to find. So this one... What is this? Is this a fuel tank? I used a different fuel tank for this. Okay. Parachutes, engines, decouple. How many decouplers on here? We got this one, which we want to keep. We got that one. And that one. Okay. I see. So this part, I don't know why this is so hard for me to remember, but this part is kind of like a sky crane. And we want to decouple from here, I guess. There we go. Of course, you're going to go in circles. Let's switch to the other guy here. Is there anything I want to do with you? No, you're going to stay here. All right, so we're going to point retrograde, except you want to be facing in the right direction. So up. You should be pointing, yes. All right, so we want to point up and control from here. This other guy, just for fun, let's get out of your way. There we go. You are out of each other's way, so you can burn safely. We'll save again. And then, I guess from here, let's just create a maneuver plan. Just to delay things even more. Yeah, 100 delta V to circularize. So why don't we just zoom on forward. There we go. Can delete that. We will point retrograde. I hope you are pointing in the right direction. Yes, you are. So let's just go ahead and burn. So we want to get that down to about 90. And I'm assuming that's our satellite. Okay, so that is good. This guy is nice. Well, not nice and circular, but you are doing your thing. The other satellite is up here, so every once in a while it'll have communication with the little rover. And what we want to do now is basically wait until our orbit crosses over the little, whatever it's called, the waypoint we're trying to get to. So we'll focus on you. And you are spinning that way, so it's going to take a while. Why don't we control this vessel so we can increase our time warp. And yeah, we just got to wait for this to rotate around. It's not going to be too long. Alright, yeah, so this is here, and you're coming around. So I think one or two, actually the next one around maybe? We may even want to start our burn like here. I don't know if we want to do another rotation or not. Let's do one more. Alright, so let's control from here. We want to point retrograde. I think that's going to be decent. I don't think we're going to want to go around one more time. Or do we? Let's quick save. We'll go around one more. Where is the ship? There he is. Alright, yeah. We could have done it on this one. But we can also do it. I guess this is a little bit closer. So if we slow down here, let's create a maneuver here. We'll bring that down. What is that at? 24. Bring it down a little more. And then we also want to bring it over just a little bit. So we're a little bit in front of it. A little more. And and maybe just a little bit more. It's only 60 delta V, so piece of cake. And then from here, a 4-second burn. We can actually ditch that stage and have all of our delta V in our next stage. Alright, so let's burn this one. Alright, we'll set our ship pointing in the correct direction. There we go. So we'll get rid of that. And what is this, 30? We'll just get ready to point retrograde. The moment of truth. So, the next step is we're probably going to need to slow down a little more, but we'll wait until we're closer. Do you have solar panels? You don't. Can these be... I mean, you do have them, but they're on the rover. Can these be retracted and extended? Yes. So if we need to, we can retract them. Let's just put them out so we can get some charge before we land. And then, yeah, we can retract them. I didn't think about that until just now. The next one is going to separate there, which is what we want. Those engines are going to light up, which is what we want. Parachutes. Okay, that is the correct staging. We'll quick save. And let's check the map. We probably want to go even more anti-normal. Not much. I guess what we can do is finish this stage with the anti-normal burn. Oh. With a normal burn. And do I want to go? I don't know what altitude I want to be at. Well, we can wait. Let's just time warp a little bit. We'll keep an eye on this area. Once we get to here, we want to make sure that our solar panels are retracted. We can probably just retract them now because we have full electric charge. Let's do that just for safety. We'll quick save again. And retract. Hopefully nothing blows up when you're coming back in. I know parts are kind of clipping through each other, but that's okay. That's what games are for. Alright, so 74. 70. We're still not in the atmosphere. So I'm going to want to slow down. We'll use that 9 delta V. Okay. That stage is done. So you should burn up in the atmosphere just fine. There we go. Are you... Okay, there we go. You're still pointing in the correct direction, so that is good. Do we have the ability to turn? We do not. I need this guy on this guy. Again, I forgot to put reaction controls. Not something I thought about for a rover. I'm used to the probes always having some sort of reaction control system. But these ant engines do have gimbaling, so I'm hoping we can use that. As long as we land safely on Duna, we could spend a couple hours to drive to where we need to go. So we just need to make sure we land safely. We don't want to land too far away. And maybe from here we'll just point retrograde. Go ahead and light those up. And that's just making things worse. So I guess we'll just see what happens. Hopefully we can use the parachutes. Well, this is fun. Maybe I should have waited to decouple. At least use that to steer us in the correct direction. That could have been smart. But we'll try it from here. Where are we at? Man, I'm bad at this game. Alright, we're getting very close. So it looks like it's about 45 for the atmosphere. We're traveling at 900 meters per second. We are pointing prograde. I mean, I guess that's not terrible, but it's not the direction we want to be pointing. Yeah, if we can point retrograde, we may be okay. We'll just see what happens. So we're about to touch the atmosphere. I mean, we kind of already are. That's why we're spinning in circles and pointing in the wrong direction. And you are heating up. Yes, I know. You're not going to make it. You are about to blow up. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Okay, so we bought ourselves a tiny bit of time. If we can point retrograde again, we can slow us down a tiny bit more. Again, last episode, same thing happened. Before we blow up, let's transmit the science. There we go. 40 more science for being close to Duna. We are getting warnings, but I think that's okay. And where are we at? Yeah, we did go past it. Pretty far past it. There it is. 50 kilometers and climbing. So it's going to be a long drive back. But that's okay. I'm trying to decide when we should do our parachutes. Can we arm them now? Arm, disarm. Okay. They are armed and ready. Alright, so the overheating warning stopped. I'm wondering if it's because we're just rotating faster. That's going to be a very, very long drive. But we'll do it. We want to make it to the thing. I want to find the next mission that KSP2 has provided us. Alright, So worst case, we'll land way down here. We'll probably land somewhere around here. And then it's going to be a long drive to where we're trying to go. Hopefully this thing is stable and easy to drive. I think I still see the crater somewhere out there. Is it that one maybe? That one? That one? One of those. Let's just speed this up because we're going to be pointing the wrong direction the rest of the way. And I guess these engines have alternators in them, so if we start to run low on power, we could just fire the engines. We are slowing down. We are spinning like a helicopter. And we are getting further and further away from where we want to be. So, if you are doing this along with me, if you haven't built your ship yet, make sure you have RCS or some sort of control ability to turn, and make sure you start your descent sooner because yeah, we overshot it big time. Yeah, I think this is definitely my first time landing on Duna, if we make it, in KSP 2, and I've only been a handful of times in KSP 1. Never had to land in a specific spot. I always just aimed at Duna, landed wherever I felt like it, and that was fine. So, landing somewhere on purpose is definitely much harder. Alright, so you'll be pointing up shortly. And the nice thing about what we have now is we should be able to slow our descent with the engines if we need. I'm assuming 2 parachutes isn't enough, but it could be. Who knows? We'll just point up so when these start to vector or gimbal, we'll be okay. We'll be pointing in the right direction. So, we are almost there. You are coming in very fast. There we go. And how fast are you going? 11. So 2 parachutes is enough. Not enough to keep us stable. If I turn this off, does that do anything? Yeah, a little bit. So we will need a little bit of help. Hopefully we're not landing too hard. Like that. Is there anything that we can salvage? No. Just debris. Alright. So, we are going to call that a little bit of an oopsie. Poor planning. We need to redesign our rover and make sure that it has everything that we need. So that is going to do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope to see you all in the next episode.